Welcome to Furry Physics Teacher. Today we will solve another physics problem. Please like, share, and subscribe. Blocks A, B, and C are placed as shown in the figure, and they are connected by ropes of negligible mass. Both A and B weigh 20 newtons each, and the coefficient of kinetic friction between each block and the surface is 0.35. So that is the coefficient of kinetic friction between block A and the surface here is 0.35, and the coefficient of kinetic friction between block B and the inclined surface here is also 0.35. Now, block C descends with constant velocity. So since block C is descending with constant velocity, A and B will also be moving with constant velocity. So it means that A, B, and C are in equilibrium. Now you are being asked to draw separate free body diagrams showing the forces acting on A and B. You're also being asked to find the tension in the rope connecting blocks A and B. You're being asked to find the weight of block C, and if the rope connecting A and B were cut, so if this is cut, what would be the acceleration of block C? Now let us identify the forces acting on each block. For block A, you have the normal force acting on A, which is upward. Then you have the weight of block A, which is downward. Then the tension on the rope that connects A and B. Then you have the kinetic friction between block A and the horizontal surface here. For block B, you have the normal force acting on block B. Again, normal force is always perpendicular to the surface in which it is in contact with. So take note of the direction of the normal force acting on block A and that acting on block B. Block A is on a horizontal surface, so the normal force is upward, perpendicular to the horizontal surface. And block B is moving along an inclined surface. So that's why the normal force here is going in this direction, perpendicular to the inclined surface. Then, of course, you have the weight of block B, which is downward. The tension on block B, which is the same as the tension that will act on block A, but opposite in direction. Then you have the tension between blocks B and C, and we label that T subscript BC. Then, of course, you have the force of kinetic friction going in this direction, the kinetic friction between block B and the inclined surface. For block C, you have the tension that connects B and C, and then you have the weight of block C. So these are the forces acting on the three blocks. So now we know the forces acting on each block. So let us separate them one by one. So for block A, these are the forces acting on block A. So we draw a Cartesian coordinate system to draw the free body diagram. So this will be the normal force acting on A, the tension between A and B, weight of A, and the force of kinetic friction on block A. So this one here represents the free body diagram of all the forces acting on block A. Now next is, let us draw the free body diagram of all the forces acting on block B. In this particular case, again, we have our x-axis as the one that is parallel to the surface. So this will be our x-axis. And of course, this will now be our y-axis. So now we transfer the forces in the x and y coordinate system, or your Cartesian coordinate system. So this will be the origin will be representing the block, which is in this case block B. So we transfer the forces on this x and y axis. The normal force will be along the positive y-axis. The weight of block B, if you look here, will be directed downward, and it will be, as you can see here, will be on the third quadrant. The tension between A and B is along the negative x-axis. The tension between B and C will be along the positive y-axis. And the force of kinetic friction between block B and the surface will be along the negative axis. Then next is, we straighten the x and y coordinate system like this. And we draw here the angle that the weight makes with the vertical, which is 36.9 degrees. So this one represents the free body diagram of all the forces acting on block B. So for block C, we just have the tension between C and D, which is upward, and of course the weight of block C. So shown here is a summary of all the free body diagrams of the forces acting on block C, block B, and block A. Now, since we already know and identify all the forces acting on each block, so we now use Newton's laws of motion to solve for the tension that connect all the blocks. And also, you're being asked to find the weight of block C. The condition is that block C descends with constant velocity. If block C descends with constant velocity, then blocks A and B will also be moving with constant velocity. Hence, we apply Newton's first law of motion, which is the total net force acting on each block will be equal to 0, because all the blocks will be moving with constant velocity. So first is, for block C, there are no forces along the x, so you just have summation of forces along the y is 0. Therefore, the tension, TCB, will be equal to the weight of block C. Now, we cannot solve for the weight of block C because we don't know the tension between B and C. So we have to solve first for the tension that connects B and C. So we go first to block A. So this is the free body diagram of all the forces acting on block A. So first is, we get the summation of forces along the y. So the forces along the y is equal to 0. And the forces along the y will be normal force minus the weight is equal to 0. So that is NA minus WA is equal to 0. Hence, the normal force acting on block A will be equal to the weight of block A, which is 25 newtons. Now, next is we get the summation of forces along the x. So, summation of forces along the x will be equal to 0. And looking at the diagram here, that will be equal to TAB, the tension between A and B, minus the force of kinetic friction between block A and the surface. Hence, the tension that connects A and B will be equal to the force of kinetic friction, but the force of kinetic friction is equal to the coefficient of kinetic friction times the normal force. Hence, the force of kinetic friction between A and the surface is 0.35 times 25 newtons. Therefore, since the tension between A and B is equal to the force of kinetic friction, the tension that connects A and B will be equal to 8.75 newtons. Now, next is let us consider block B. So for block B, these are the forces acting on block B, and this is the free body diagram. So again, we start with summation of forces along the y is 0, and that is equal to normal force minus the y component of the weight of block B. These are the forces along the y-axis. So NB minus the y component of the weight of block B. And that will be equal to NB minus the y component of the weight of block B is WB cosine theta. Hence, the normal force acting on block B will be equal to WB cosine theta, and that will be equal to 20 newtons. Now, next is we get the summation of forces along the x. So what are the summation of forces along the, or what is the summation of forces along the x? So the forces along the x, the sum is 0, and that will be equal to TBC is positive because it is along the positive x-axis minus TBA, or the tension between A and B, it's negative because it's to the left or negative x-axis, and the force of kinetic friction between block B and the surface is also negative, it's along the negative x-axis, and the x component of the weight. The x component of the weight is WB sine theta. Thank you for watching Fairy Physics Teacher. If you think this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe.